Getting all around my room, my world's so bright, it's hard to breathe, but that's alright. Hush.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video here in the World of Juice channel, and welcome back to another episode of the Northern Ohio Golden Broncos Team Builder Dynasty here on College Football 25. In the last episode, we wrapped up season number 2, and we had a very successful season. We didn't, unfortunately, go to the college football playoffs, but we had about as successful as a season as you can have without going to the playoffs. We played in the MAC championship. We ended up winning that, which we'll talk about in a second. And then we went into a bowl game. It was the Camellia Bowl. We won the Camellia Bowl. So we've got a little bit of hardware in our trophy cabinet after 2 seasons here in Northern Ohio. But this third season is where we get crazy, because winning the MAC championship now catapults us to higher competition. We will be leaving the MAC conference for greener pastures. And I thought about it, and the most reasonable, the most sensible option to move to is obviously the Big Ten. I mean, Ohio State is our main rival. We're in Ohio as it happens anyway, so it just makes sense that we'd be in the Big Ten. I know that like Oregon and Washington, USC and UCLA are all in the Big Ten as well, but geographically, it makes the most sense to go to the Big Ten. So we will move from the MAC to the Big Ten, and we will have very, very tough competition, at least more tough competition than we had against MAC teams. Because in year number 2, we were kind of just rolling over MAC teams because we just had so much more talent. But we do have a lot of seniors on this roster that we're going to be losing, so maybe this move to the Big Ten is going to hurt us in the end, because we're going to be starting a lot of new faces on this offense and defense in year number 3. But it's time to do the offseason. We've got the recruiting class to finish up, the transfer portal. We got to see all of our players leave and maybe go to the NFL draft. I have no idea. I hope. But we could see maybe one guy get drafted, maybe a couple guys get drafted. And I don't know what's going to happen in this offseason episode, but I do think we can have a very, very successful one, and then obviously move to the Big Ten and get excited for that. So without further ado, it's time to get in the video. If you're going to enjoy, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club, and let's go move on through the offseason of Season 2 and get ready for Year 3. We are here right at the season recap, right where we left off in the end of last episode after winning the Camellia Bowl. And this is what our history here in Northern Ohio has been. Dickie Guyton is our head coach, obviously. We've had 2 years now in the program. We took over Charlotte, if you're curious about who we took over. We finished year number 1, 10-3, and won the 69 Ventures Bowl. So that's one trophy added to the cabinet. Then this year we won the MAC championship, and we won the Camellia Bowl. So we have two more trophies to add to the case. But now we are going to be going to the Big Ten in year number 3, so it's going to be a little bit trickier. And this, I don't know if I covered the season stats in the end of the last episode or not. I don't remember, so we'll just do them again here. Caleb Noble started most of last year, if not all of last year. 2,500 yards, 24 touchdowns, 13 picks. He obviously didn't have anywhere near the success that Deshaun Wheeler had in year 1, and that's mainly due to not having Amani Tolles anymore. When we had Amani Tolles in year 1, we were just throwing it to him every single time, and he was getting tons of yardage, and he won the Heisman. So it makes sense, or he got close to winning. I think he finished second, actually. He didn't actually win it. So not having him definitely took a toll on the offense, but Caleb Noble's had a fine season. He played pretty well, but he is a senior, so he'll be leaving. And Deshaun Wheeler, as long as he comes back, will be our starter for year 3. So he'll have like a weird gap year where he was a starter in year 1, then he wasn't starting in year 2, then he's back to starting in year 3. It's weird, but it's what's going to happen. Rushing-wise, I love Mo Turner, man. He was such a good transfer for us. But he's unfortunately a senior, so he's going to be leaving. But 1,300 yards and 17 touchdowns, we can definitely hang his number 30 up in the Ring of Honor here in Northern Ohio, because he's a lifelong Golden Bronco. I love him. Absolutely love him. Noble's had a good year on the ground. Deuce Washington was a solid runner, and then Kendrick Mosley came in for mostly just running over people at the goal line kind of situations. And I didn't mean to back out there. And then we've got receiving-wise, obviously, we took a hit without Amani Tolles, but Sammy Allen Jr. did fine. 58 catches, 798 yards, 9 touchdowns. Brendan Blankenship had a breakout season. Love to see it. very good. He's gonna get up into the 80s, I would assume, for year 3. He might even be our number 1 target. I can't say that because Allen Jr. is still gonna be our number 1 target. Terrence Weeks will probably be back for his senior season. He's a solid player. He's had a case of the dropsies here and there, but he's been a solid player more than not. Trent McCabe has been a great tight end for us, but he's going to be leaving as a senior. Nathan Leacock does have his deal breaker. He's very, very close to transferring. I don't know if he actually will. We brought him in the transfer portal after year 1, so he could be on to his 3rd team in 3 seasons. I don't know what's going to happen. But these are some solid numbers from our receivers. Obviously nothing near what we had last year. Blocking-wise, did we have anybody get like crazy sacks or anything? I mean, McKinley Rivers allowed 7 sacks throughout the season, but he's going to be gone anyway. We're going to be losing a lot of offensive line talent as well. It's going to be a wild 3rd season, that's for sure. The tackle leader is Jalen Galloway. That's why he's wearing number 33. He's the captain of the captain of the defense. Joel Glass will be gone as well. I mean, this entire team is going to be gone. It's kind of crazy, actually. Tackle for loss leader was Jamel Harris, who just absolutely dominated at the end of the season. He really made a name for himself, and is why I think he could be one of the guys that gets drafted, all based on what he did last year. He had such a good year at the end of the year. 19.5 sacks is crazy. Buckley had 6.5. I'm hoping that he has the season that Jamel Harris had next year, because he's going to be really the only guy returning, although Darius Lockett will be back, but obviously, Buckley's on a different level. KJ Posey, the big 400-pounder, will be gone, but he had a good year. He's been a good player for us. CJ Driver, Jalen Galloway, Franklin Moses. Interception leader was Javoris Lumpkin. He's gone. Eric James Jr. had a few picks. John Trey Russell had some massive interceptions this year. Massive interceptions. Lorenzo Tomlinson, the running mate of Javoris Lumpkin. And then kicking-wise, we struggled kicking, but that's not really George Gore's fault. That's more my fault for just absolutely sucking at this kicking meter in this game. But he didn't miss an extra point, which is nice. Punt-wise, we punted a few times. Then kick return, no kick return touchdowns, unfortunately. Punt return, no punt return touchdowns. Jashawn Oliver was the guy running them back, but he didn't get anything. So those are the season stats for year number 2. We can check out the All-Americans, because I don't think we did that before we simulate here. So we have Mo Turner makes 1st team national All-American. That's cool. But that's the only player that makes it for 1st team. 2nd team, we get Aaron Beecher and John Turnbull. Wow, no defensive players for 2nd team even? That's kind of wild. Freshman, we get nobody. Okay. What about preseason? Do we have anybody in the preseason? I doubt we did. Yeah, we don't have anybody preseason All-American. That's okay. Let's go to the MAC and see if I'm assuming we're going to have a lot of people here. So we have Mo Turner, we have Beecher and Turnbull, McKinley Rivers, Driver, Posey, Matt Murray, and Jamel Harris, along with Galloway and Lumpkin, all make 1st team All-MAC. So, I mean, that's something, but I wish they would have got recognized nationally. Tommy Latowski, let's go. Zane Dean makes it. Franklin Moses, Daquan Denard all make it, along with Blake Vincent makes 2nd team All-MAC. There must not have been a punter any better than Blake Vincent. And then freshman Nick Madden makes it. He didn't play very much. Lance Patton, Monty Moore, London Bradley, Darius Lockett is probably the only one that's played on this entire freshman list for our team. Michael Gilly, Quentin Luther. Okay, so we get some recognition, just not and Caleb Noble's made it. I didn't even see that. So we don't get as much national recognition as I would think we should get, but it is what it is. The Heisman winner, I think we talked about it. It goes to Cade Klubnik. A lot of quarterbacks in it. It's a quarterback exclusive award right now. Final conference standings, if we care about the MAC conference standings. We won the conference, obviously. It was a big battle against Northern Illinois, but they didn't really stand much of a chance. Eastern Michigan struggled, so did Miami University. Okay. Very, very interesting. And then the final top 25. We currently sit at number 15. I don't know where we will be when we start year 3. I'm hoping at least we'll be ranked, but this is the final top 25 for year 2. Okay, I think that takes care of everything that we need to do. Let's get into this off-season portion of the video and basically finish up recruiting now is the main goal. So we've got players leaving. I'm sad to say it's probably going to be a lot of our team. And Leacock wants to transfer for playing style, but the persuasion chance is low. Are we going to be able to get Leacock back? I really want him back, but he's not coming back. Nathan Leacock will transfer for a 3rd year to a 3rd team in 3 years. That's unfortunate. I like Nathan Leacock. He's a good player. But here we are. I mean, we are losing so many players. Let's start with the offense. So we already talked about Leacock. We're losing John Turnbull, Trent McCabe, Aaron Beecher, Andre Battle, who didn't really play too much, McKinley Rivers, our starter Caleb Nobles, Kendrick Mosley Jr., and Mo Turner all leaving. It says that Nobles isn't going to the draft. I wonder if he'll get a sneaky pick in the draft. We do have a couple guys projected. We have McKinley Rivers and Beecher all projected second round, and then Turnbull's projected third, and McCabe's projected second. So we can get some big-time draft picks, and that would really help in recruiting. And then on the defense, we've got KJ Posey, Javoris Lumpkin, Joel Glass, Jamelo Harris, Matt Murray, Emmanuel Bateman, CJ Driver, Lorenzo Tomlinson, Jalen Galloway, and Demetrius Freeney. I mean, it's our entire starting defense is leaving via either the draft or graduation. But Galloway's projected 4th round, so is CJ Driver. Jamelo projected 7th, a little bit shallow in my opinion. I think he's better than a 7th round pick, but hey, we'll see what happens when he actually gets drafted. And then Javoris Lumpkin projected 5th round. So there are some good chances for guys getting drafted here. I mean, we don't have any 1st round guys, but a couple of 2nd rounders, a third, a couple 4s. I mean, this is going to do some wonders for us in recruiting. That is for sure. So we will say goodbye to all those guys. Say goodbye to Mo Turner. Love Mo Turner. Legend. And we will see where everybody got drafted. Did we get any 1st rounders? Anybody sneak in? No, nobody sneaks in. But here's the official draft. So John Turnbull, McKinley Rivers, and Aaron Beecher all go 2nd round. Driver and Galloway go 3rd round. Okay, I like that. Lumpkin goes 4. Nobles got picked 5th. That's what I was talking about. I knew somebody would give him a chance. Caleb Nobles goes 5th round along with Trent McCabe. So he was projected 7th round. He goes 5th round. And then Jamelo Harris also goes. He was also projected 7th round and goes 5th round. I like the way this is going. And KJ Posey he wasn't even projected. He gets drafted in the 6th round. So Caleb Nobles and KJ Posey, 2 guys that weren't even projected to go, they actually get drafted. So that's huge. We get a ton of guys drafted in this class. Nobody in the 1st round, but that's going to help recruiting because that's going to boost up our recruiting for draft ready, like pro potential stuff. So this is our class. It's already basically filled out. We have a lot of guys coming in. So we can add a few guys to the board. Who wants to be here from the transfer portal? Nick Harbor, but he doesn't want to. Oh, no. Nick Harbor is a fantastic wide receiver. I think he's one of the fastest receivers in the country. And he's like 6'5", but he has a deal breaker. What's his deal breaker? Playing style, and our playing style doesn't fit what he needs. It's the same thing why Leacock left. What is our playing style? Our program tradition, pro potential, stadium atmosphere. We're a championship contender. Where's our playing style at? Oh, here it is. So what is he? What is Nick Harbor? I think he's a physical, right? Is he a physical wide receiver? No, he's a deep threat. So what is our deep threat playing style? We needed to average 227 yards per game, and we didn't do that. We were 110th. So, yeah, that's kind of unfortunate. So we're not going to be able to get Nick Harbor, but that would be amazing to get him. So any of the guys, who's interested in us? Okay, so we have a couple 4-stars that would take our call. And a couple of them are transfer sophomores, which means they'll be juniors when they get here. But they'll have a chance to develop. Okay, so we can make some things happen here. We definitely have to have an offensive lineman on this board, I would think. Let's put the 4-stars on here. That seems pretty obvious. And then let's do... Ooh, there's a transfer freshman. Byron Whirl. Ooh, that's intriguing. That is intriguing. Let's put him on there. So we have 35 guys on here. I feel like we could... Do I want these guys? How bad do I want these guys? We have 900 hours, which is not bad. Are you any good? He's a gem. 6'4", 302? I mean, nobody's really going after him. What about this guy? Field General Zach Dawkins. 79 speed, that's not amazing. How good are these guys? 88 speed, 92 zone cover, or 92 acceleration, 92 jumping, 82 zone coverage, 87 agility. I mean, he's okay. I'll definitely offer him a scholarship. What about Caleb Bryant? Transfer sophomore, 94 block shed. I mean, that's pretty much good enough. That's good enough for me. What about Stefilin? I don't know how to say his name. I apologize, but 89 strength, 85. That works for me. What about Brian Alcorn? How good are you? 93 acceleration is a good start. 88 zone coverage, 85 speed. Oh, these guys are kind of killer. He's going to be a senior, but still. And this is the transfer freshman, so this guy's probably not going to be amazing. But he's got a potential to develop. He's got at least 2 years to develop here, so we're definitely... I mean, we have the hours. What does it matter? We're going to bring in a pretty hefty class here in year number 2, headed into year 3. I'm definitely going to go after Caleb Bryant pretty hard. That seems pretty obvious. So we're going to send the house on him. We can switch to a sell if we need to, obviously. We're going to go on him. We're going to go on Green. We're going to go pretty hard on him. We might as well just go pretty hard on everybody. I mean, we have the hours to do so. So we'll probably just go 50 hours or 65 hours on everybody here. That way we can at least improve our odds of getting everybody. Because we have a pretty hefty class. I mean, we had like 30 guys, or 28 guys, however many guys it was. And getting some of these 4 stars is going to help the class get even better. So, it's always looking up. So, we'll go after these guys. Put extra onto Zach Dawkins. Do that. And then Jean-Pierre. We'll go after him as well, but he's a high school kid, so we will get all that sorted. Okay, and we still have hours. All right, so we will see what happens here. I'm not going to schedule visits just yet. I'll probably schedule them next week, and we'll see where we stand with some of these commits. We get Ted Jean-Pierre, so that's one of the final holdouts from the freshman, so he commits. That's nice to see. And now is where we start sending recruits on visits. So we've jumped for everybody. We're going to get Zach Dawkins, but we'll still put some visits in. So we'll get him on a visit week 2, and we'll do championship contender for him. We'll get Kendrick Stark in on a visit week 2, and we'll do pro potential for him. Getting all those guys drafted, I told you, is going to be really killer. Week 2 for Caleb Bryant. We don't know enough about him, but I'm going to assume he likes pro potential. I mean, who doesn't? Schedule a visit for Green. He likes playing style, which is always nice. But playing style is a risky one. I hate when that's the deal breaker, because that is definitely a risky one. But he likes pro potential, so we'll get him on pro potential. Alcorn. If we get him, we'll only have him for a year because he's going to be a senior. And we've got playing style for Byron Worrell. So we've got visits for all of these guys. And we should be able to get pretty much everybody. We might have to switch to a hard sell on a couple of them if the battle gets a little too intense. But we get Zach Dawkins, 3-star middle linebacker. We're first on everybody except for Caleb Bryant. LSU made a hard push. Alcorn we're third on. We might give up on Alcorn. I don't know if we're going to be able to make that happen. I guess we can try hard selling. That's really the only thing left we have to do. We might have to hard sell on Kendrick Stark as well. LSU made a big push. All right, we got a hard sell. We don't know a lot about what he likes, but I'm going to assume he likes this. So we're going to take that and hope that works. And we will get rid of... What can I get rid of? Both of this stuff, maybe? And then do the contacts, friends, and family. All right, we'll see if that works. I don't know if that will, though. That's going to be pretty tough. We're definitely going to... we might just have to back out on the Byron Alcorn. I mean, he's going to be a senior. I think we just give up on him. I think we just give up. Georgia made a hard push, and I don't think it's worth trying to waste our hours and try to get him. So we'll take our hours back off of him and then remove him from the board. Byron Worrell, we're looking good on. Green, we might have to make slight adjustments, so we might have to start hard selling him on something. Let's remove these hours. And then we will hard sell him. He probably likes the same thing that the defensive end likes. So we will get... we can do this one. Time to get to work. I mean, we have all A's there, so I'm going to guess that he likes that. And then we'll do the contact friends and family as well. We're already getting Caleb Bryant. We probably have to hard sell Stark as well. Probably got to hard sell him. Although, should I hard sell him or should I should definitely hard sell him. Okay, so let's hard sell, and he probably likes this one. And then we can soft sell him on... It's probably a little risky to do both. Is there one where I can do... There's got to be one where I can do the 2 check marks and then another one, right? Maybe there isn't. There's not one other than this one where I can do the 2 check marks. So maybe soft sell is not the way to go. But we can do that, and we can do that. All right, that is pretty much all I can do at this point. I mean, I didn't hard sell on Byron Whirl, but I don't think Central Michigan's going to make that big of a push. Maybe I'll soft sell him. Maybe we can soft sell him on something. I don't think we need to hard sell Byron Whirl. But maybe we can soft sell that. And then put that on there. And then put that on there. All right. We'll see what that works with. I don't know if we're going to be able to get the pass rusher, Caleb Bryant or whatever. I think LSU might have made that push, and it might be too hard. We get Kendrick Stark, 4-star free safety. We got Caleb Bryant. That's huge. He had really good block shed. We get Green as well. We get Whirl, so we got everybody. Perfect. We got everybody that we were going after in the transfer portal. That Caleb Bryant one, I wasn't sure if we were going to be able to beat LSU or not. But we come away with 34 out of 35 possible commits. I'd say that's a pretty solid one. I don't know where our class is going to end up finishing. It's going to end up finishing top 25. All right. I mean, we added a few 4-stars there at the end of the buzzer. 8 4-stars, 26 3-stars. Next year, we're going to be going after 5-stars. So we'll definitely be closer to the top 5, hopefully. So we finished up recruiting. Until we're able to unlock Elite Recruiter, we won't be able to do anything else there. We can either go into Motivator. I mean, we did just get some guys drafted top 3 rounds, and we're probably going to have more guys drafted top 3. So we probably should buy a few of these. Let's go into the offensive line. All right, so we should be able to get some XP because we had those bonuses activated when those guys got drafted. So we should be able to get some extra XP. But let's get to actual final National Signing Day and see some of the dev traits. We already saw the dev traits of the other guys, but let's see the dev traits of some of our new additions. So National Signing Day, here we go. We had a pretty big class. It finishes officially as the 24th class in the country. So we finished top 25. That's a good start. We'll definitely want to get a little bit better there. But 24th in the country is not bad. Let's see these dev traits. So we already looked at some of these guys. This guy was our insta-commit at the beginning of Season 2 that I did off camera when I was getting the class set up. So he has normal. We knew that. We know all these guys, but I'll refresh in case you don't know. Kennedy has normal. Elite for Jawan Malden. Huge. Love Jawan Malden. George Blassen game. He's the one with 95 speed. He's going to be our hopeful Amani Tolles reincarnate. He has star. Alu has impact. Elite for Greg Miles, the tight end. Normal for Cavazos? I don't know. Bo Keaton has impact. Star for Kafka. Storm Kafka. Normal for the JUCO transfer, David Book. Normal for Dolgala. Normal for Marshall. Augustine has impact. Normal for Putzer. Royer has impact. And Platinum Field General. Al Friend, the other free safety, 4-star, has elite as well. Our free safeties are going to be killer. Kenya Sasser has star. Impact for Howden. Terrence John has normal. Montague has star. Ikaguanu has impact and a lot of abilities and mentals. Lucier has impact, normal for Cave. McGarity has normal, normal for Soto. Redfield has star. Good has normal. Uwazurike has normal and platinum winning time, which is cool. Okay, here we go. Here's the new guys. So Tej Jean-Pierre has impact. Normal for Zach Dawkins. Normal for Kendrick Stark. Impact for Caleb Bryant. Star for Stephylan Green. And normal for Byron Whirl. So it's not like the greatest recruiting class in terms of dev traits, but We get a lot of guys, and we get some guys with elite, some guys with star. It'll work out in the end. It'll definitely work out in the end. We bring in a lot of athletes. And Emeka Ikegwonu is a scrambler archetype. Is he going to end up being a quarterback? Ooh, he's better as a running back. Okay. Okay. Talk to me nicely. Where's he at? Here he is. He's got 90 speed, 95 excel, 95 agility, 94 change of direction. He's 6'4", 215. I don't know if that's a running back. I mean, that's like Derrick Henry, although not as heavy. But 6'4" running back's kind of wild. A receiver probably makes more sense. 75 carrying, 72 ball carrier vision. Yeah, I don't think he's a running back. 83 juke move. He's got 77 catching traffic, 81 catching. This guy's kind of wild, actually. His route running isn't fantastic, but he's got 89 jump, 93... Okay, this dude is... He's got 93 throw power. This guy's kind of wild, actually. He's even got decent defensive stuff. Maybe we play him dual. Maybe he's a dual threat. Because he's got 75 hit power. 74 finesse moves. What's his cover stats? 75 man and 71 zone? Only 31 press, which is god-awful. But, I mean, 75 man and 71 zone? I mean, Emeka Ikegwonu, he might be playing Travis Hunter duties. This guy's out of control. And I don't even think he was a gem, if I'm not mistaken. They want him to be a running back. I don't think he needs to be. I think he's going to be a wide receiver, because then we can kind of play him at corner as well. He's a 72 overall corner, so I'm going to turn him to wide receiver. We might be having our first dual threat player. Who's next? We got Brandon Cave. He's probably defensive end or an outside linebacker. He's probably going to be a right outside linebacker. We'll put him there. What else do we got? We got Jean-Pierre. I think he was projected when we scouted him as an offensive lineman, but he fits better as a D tackle, so we'll put him at D tackle. Then we've got Frederick Canady. He is a quarterback. That makes sense. He's also decently overall as a defensive end, but we're going to keep him at quarterback. Then we've got Freddie Royer, who is a tight end or quarterback. How big is he? 6'2", 186. That's not really a tight end. That's a very thin, small tight end. He probably has to be a quarterback. I mean, he's a 65 overall running back. What's his attributes look like? Where's he at? Here he is. So he's got 85 speed, 91 excel, 87 agility. His change of direction is 84. It's not horrible. He's got platinum field general, though. 68 ball carrier vision's not great. Spin move and juke move are okay. His catching is not amazing. 78 release, 85 jumping, 90 throw power. He probably needs to be a quarterback. I don't think he works anything else. He's got decent, fine stuff, but I think he's going to be a quarterback. He's not big enough to be tight end, not even in college. And we've got 3 more guys left. So we've got Nathan Pulitzer, who is a receiving back tendency. 90 speed, 86 excel. What's his positions? Ooh, outside linebacker. Interesting. Maybe we could bring him in some running back packages. But I'll make him a right outside linebacker. He's got enough speed. So we will go with Caleb Howden. Physical, 6'5". If he's not a wide receiver, then I don't know what he is. Free safety? Ooh, I feel like we don't need a free safety. We brought in 2 free safeties in recruiting, and we brought in another one in the transfer portal. So I think we're pretty much good on free safety. A 6'5", 209 middle linebacker feels like a cheat code. He could probably intercept a lot of passes, right? I mean, he's got great speed, 92 speed, 89 excel, 85 agility. His catching's only 73. 75 catch in traffic. His jumping's 93. His route run, or this is his passing stuff. Never mind. 70 tackle. His finesse move. He's not a rusher at all. He's a pass guy. 77 pursuit. His zone coverage is decent. This is a weird player. He's certainly not a rusher. He's either going to be a quarterback or a middle linebacker. I kind of want to put him at middle linebacker and see what happens. So we're going to do that. That's really weird, but I'm going to do it. And then we got one final guy. It is Bo Keaton, and he is a defensive end, it looks like. All right, I'm cool with that. You can be a defensive end. Okay, so that is all of our athletes with their new positions. Our quarterback room is very, very full. That is for sure. But I like what we have. We bring back Deshaun Wheeler for year 3. He will start at quarterback for us. He's got the best arm on the team now. Although Terrell Montague, he's got a pretty decent arm, but he's not very fast. Cornell Peppers is decently fast. These two guys are going to wear the red shirt probably next year, or this upcoming year. Madison will be the backup, I think. It might be Frederick Kennedy, actually. I don't even know. Nick Madden, didn't he play a little bit last year? I feel like he played a little bit last year. I guess it'll all decide on, we'll decide what the order is going to be when the training results come in. At running back, Deuce Washington's going to be our starter. Then we've got Mac Bannister, Terrence John, who comes in, but he's not happy. And then we've got Deshaun Oliver. We've got a 96 speed running back, 94 excel. He's got to play. Deshaun Oliver has to play. I really hope he takes a big jump with training results because he needs to play. At wide receiver, we have Sammy Allen Jr., Terrence Weeks, Brendan Blankenship, Z. Smith, Aquanu, who I think I'm going to put at dual threat. He's going to be corner and receiver. I think that's pretty fun. There's Blasingame. Blasingame's going to get on the field. I mean, 95 speed gets you on the field. Now, he doesn't have great excel, but that gets you on the field. He's probably going to jump Fortenberry. He's probably even going to jump Greenwell Jr. I would probably say it's going to be Sammy. It's going to be Weeks, Blankenship, probably Z. Smith, Aquanu, Iguanu, and Blasingame. That's probably going to be our rotation of wide receivers. At tight end, we've got Greg Mills, who comes in as the 4-star gem with Elite Dev, right? I think he had Elite Dev. He's going to be fantastic. Then we've got Bradley Hatcher, we've got Cameron Hardesty, and then Miguel Escalante. So our tight end room's okay, but I like Greg Mills. Offensive line is pretty good at left tackle. Left guard, we've got a veteran. Center, we have another experienced guy in Zane Dean. Our offensive line's not amazing in terms of overall. A lot of those guys graduated, but we should be able to develop some of these younger guys. Then we have Pierce Erickson. We have, okay, the right tackle spot's a little bit more thin. I might move at least one or two guys over. Let's move Emmanuel Poku from left. Oh, he can be a 77 tight end. That's interesting. Let's move him to right tackle. And then we'll move Talia McNitt to right tackle. Maybe. He's a 65. What about Julian Johnson-Harris? He's an 80. Ooh. Hold on. Hold the phone. He might need to start over there. We'll move him over to right tackle. And then, yeah, he starts at right tackle. Okay, I'm cool with that. Julian Johnson-Harris gets the start. Defensively, we've got Malik Robinson-Ross, Jordan Allen. Okay, so we don't have a ton of guys, but we've got a few guys that could be decent. Not a lot of speed on the edge, though. Right end, we've got Franklin Moses and Jeremiah Buckley. I feel like both these guys are going to play on both sides, and then these guys might come in a little bit, but it's going to be probably Franklin Moses and Jeremiah Buckley, I'd have to say. And then probably Caleb Bryant. We've got a lot of right ends that I like. D-tackle, Stephylan Green comes in and starts probably, and then Darius Lockett. Okay. And then we got Daquan Denard. I still got to figure out who's going to wear number 13 and number 33 this year. Daquan Denard will probably start at left outside linebacker. Middle linebacker will be Tavir Johnson, Quentin Luther, Mason Curtis. There's Caleb Howden. I want to know how impactful this is going to be. He's got 92 speed and he's 6'5". I'm very curious to see how that's going to go. He might wear the red shirt? I don't know. I haven't fully decided yet. Rob Weber's going to start, maybe. I don't know. Outside or linebacker in general is a little bit up in the air. And then at corner, it's going to be Eric James Jr., Albert McAfee, T.T. Claiborne, and then probably Ikwonu is going to be in here somewhere. But we need to get a little bit faster at corner. We have a few guys that are slightly too slow, especially if we're going to play Big Ten football. And then we have a lot of free safeties. Malden and Al Friend. One of these guys is going to wear the red shirt. I think it's going to be Al Friend, but one of them is going to wear the red shirt. Maybe both of them. I don't know if I want to waste either one of their years. Malden's so good, though. We have a lot of depth at free safety. I guess it depends on if we have to cut anybody or not. And then strong safety is pretty solid as well. And then kicker, we're fine, I guess. We don't have a punter. Uh-oh. I thought we had a punter. We might have to move one of these guys over to punter. How good is your punter? Can one of you change to punter? He's a 65 punter. What are you at punter? He's a 68 punter. Well, Joey Kenton, you're going to be our punter. Actually, he's got 94 kick power, but he's got no accuracy. At least George Gore has more accuracy. We're going to move him over to punter. All right, so you're going to be our punter for this year. There we go. Okay, so that is our roster with all the changes, position changes, everything. We can move on to another thing. I forget what's next. Is it encourage transfers? Is that what's next? No, it's training results next. We have 50 skill points. That's what the getting those draft picks with the motivator. That gave us 50 XP or 50 skill points. That's huge. Okay, so in terms of quarterbacks, obviously you're not going to see the transfers here. Deshaun Wheeler is going to be a starter. We didn't really need to figure that out. Cornell Peppers doesn't go up very much at all. Nick Madden doesn't go up. Madison goes up a little bit. I don't know who I want to be the backup. I mean, the obvious choice is Madison because he's the second highest overall, but I don't know. I feel like we don't have our next quarterback. We need to go for a quarterback in the portal, or not in the portal, in recruiting next year, because I don't think we have our quarterback. Then we've got running backs. Sean Oliver didn't go up as much as I wanted him to. I still think he's going to get big time play time. He might even be our backup running back over Bannister. I mean, 96 speed, 94 excel, that plays. I mean, we saw how good Cam Barfield is in Hawaii Dynasty, and he's got 91 speed with 97 excel, but still. I mean, this dude looks like a freak. He could be amazing. Wide receiver-wise, okay, Blankenship didn't take as big of a jump as I wanted him to. That's okay. He's still a good player, but he didn't take as big of a jump. Okay. Blasted Game's going to be a huge player for us. Hardesty, Hatcher, Escalante. All right. Okay, the offensive lineman. Yes, the offensive lineman got the big boost. Okay, I like that. The offensive lineman got big boost. On the defensive side, Jordan Allen jumps over Robinson Ross. Intriguing. Franklin Moses is 87. Buckley's an 84. Okay. I'm liking our defensive line a little bit. Then we've got Lockett at 79. McSimmons at 79. Denard's an 83. Gilly goes up a little bit. Curtis gets an 80. Antoine Sparks is the highest guy right now, right outside linebacker. And then we got 88 for Eric James. T.T. Claiborne's an 80. Okay. I still think that Ikwonu is going to start at corner as well. Or not start, but he's going to play both sides. I just think that's going to be really fun. Cam De Carvalho, 85 overall free safety, like that. And then we don't have any strong safety, but we still have John Shea Russell, which I love. John Shea's such a big player. I love him. 72 for Gore, 76 for the punter. All right, good training results. The offensive line got some big boosts. I'm happy about that. That's what I was a little bit worried about because we were a little bit low on overall there, but the offensive lineman got some big time boosts. And Brendan Blankenship is on risk of transferring. That's not good. I like Brendan Blankenship. We have coach skills. We have 50 points to put. We're probably going to go into motivator a little bit here. So we'll make sure that we get all of these guys up to where we get the XP, the bonus XP. But do I want to get deeper into this? Probably a little bit. Let's get quarterbacks. Let's get wide receivers that stay hot across games and all that kind of stuff. Do we want to go into motivator a little bit? Or a tactician, I mean? We kind of already have. Let's finish out blocking. Let's do a little bit in defensive line, a little bit into linebacker. Let's go back to motivator probably. Quarterbacks get an off-season training boost. I like that. We'll get a couple of these things to stay hot across different quarters. And then we'll go back into this. And we will do cross-training. Maybe that'll work. Who knows? All right, so 50 points definitely helps out Dickie Guyton, that's for sure. Encourage transfers. We have 99 players. We need to get down to 85. Okay, makes sense. So at quarterback, obviously we can't cut any of these guys. Maybe we cut them next year. Who knows? This year, does anybody get cut? Probably not Cornell Peppers. Does Nick Madden get cut? I don't think he does. Does Madison get cut, though? He's not fast at all. And I like a quarterback that I can roll around with. It just makes me feel more comfortable. I think I'm going to cut Adam Madison. I don't think he fits my scheme. I know he's a 79 overall, but I think I'm going to cut Madison. So we will cut him. At running back, I don't think we're going to cut anybody. At wide receiver, we probably should cut somebody. But who do we cut? Do we cut Christopher Greenwell? He's got 89 speed. I'm not cutting Blankenship. He's got 99 ball carrier vision. Maybe we don't cut. I'll come back to wide receiver. Maybe we don't cut anybody there. Left tackle, I don't think we cut anybody. Left guard, center. We probably have to cut a right guard. It's not going to be Grant Kane. It's probably going to be Javon Morrison Jr. I just don't think he's going to be all that good. So Javon Morrison Jr. will get cut. Probably should cut a right tackle. Although I just moved a couple of guys over. Maybe I shouldn't. We probably need to cut a defensive end. But I like all these guys. Except for maybe Tyler Wordle. He's very slow. Very slow. Yeah, Tyler Wordle doesn't play. But does Shane Hurst play? 85 speed. He's got 9 breaks at. Brian Hilton does. What are your best attributes? 76 power moves. 70 play rec. He seems to be worse. He's faster than Brian Helton, but he seems to be worse in every single category that matters for the position. So I think Shane Hurst is going to get cut as well. I mean, we got to make tough decisions where we need to cut 10 more guys. We can't cut any D tackles, but we probably should cut at least one guy here, and it might be Jakari Warwick, unfortunately. 83 speed. It probably needs to be Cavazos. He's got 61 speed. We can't cut him until next year, probably. 93 Excel, though, is kind of wild. Are you actually a good pass rusher? Finesse moves at 82. I mean, that's the second highest on the team behind Buckley. Ooh, the pass moves for these guys are not amazing. I'll come back to him. I need to make tough decisions, but none of these guys I think deserve to get cut. Tavir Johnson, Quentin Luther, Mason Curtis. It's probably going to be Johnson. He's similar to Mason Curtis. Very similar, actually. I think Tavir Johnson gets cut. Then we go to right outside linebacker. We've got Antoine Sparks and Rob Weber. Rob Weber, he's got a deal breaker, and he probably just doesn't play. He seems to be okay. But I think I'm going to go with Sparks. So we're going to cut Weber. And I lost... You gotta be kidding me. Please tell me that's saved. The servers are just the worst. Please tell me that's saved. Where did it stop it at? Okay, thank God. It saved it right here to current transfers. Thank God. And it saved it. Okay, so we're right where we left off. This game just blows so hard. Okay, so let's cut Rob Weber. We got to cut a few more guys. We probably have to cut at least 2 corners. And it probably needs to be Jacoby Henderson. He's 5'10 and he's 89 speed. That's just not going to play. 92 speed for Justice. Gideon Awuzie. I remember Gideon Awuzie. I think he's a decent player. I mean, they're both very similar. I guess it comes down to what their actual attributes are. 99 jumping for Kayvon Justice. He might have just saved himself with that. Because the other guys, these two have 99 jumping as well. He might have just saved himself with 99 jumping. Where's his cover skills? Did I pass him already? Where's his cover skills? I don't see man coverage, zone coverage. Where's all that stuff at? Why am I passing it? Here it is. Here's man coverage. 78. I think... I like Gideon Awuzie, though. I remember recruiting him. But I don't think he's going to play. I'm going to cut Gideon... I hate doing that, but I'm going to cut Gideon Awuzie. And then we got to cut some... We definitely got to cut some safeties. Shamar Watts gets cut. Lionel Solomon gets cut as well, most likely. All right, 4 guys need to get cut. Got to cut some strong safeties as well. Not John Trey. Jeremy Woolen, we just brought him in. Or not, that was a different guy. Never mind. Rocky Beasley. Maybe the both of them get cut. I don't know. Hmm. 86 press for Rocky Beasley, which is weird for a safety, but it's cool. 79 pursuit, 78 pursuit. I think Jeremy Woolen's going to get cut. Jeremy Woolen gets cut. We need to cut 3 guys. 3 more guys. We might come back to Rocky Beasley. We can't cut kicker or punter. We're not going to cut any more quarterbacks. Not running backs. Maybe we cut a wide receiver. And it might be Markel Fortenberry. Yeah, let's cut Markel Fortenberry. So we need 2 more cuts. I'm not going to cut any more receivers. Offensive line, I think we'll stay with who we have. Unless we cut London Bradley. Oh, he's got 95 awareness. That feels like it could really be useful, so I'm going to keep him around. What about Cameron Lemon? Is he good? He's got 80 agility, which is pretty cool. 94 injury, solid. 81 lead block. His pass block's not great. I think Cameron Lemon's going to get cut. One more guy is going to get cut, and it probably has to be a right tackle. I know we just moved a couple right tackles here, but I don't want to cut any defensive end. I can't cut any tackles. I did say we'd come back to Jakari Warwick, but I think Jakari Warwick's really cool. I think he might have a good chance of playing. At least maybe not this year, but maybe next year he has a chance of playing. I'm going to keep Jakari Warwick around. It's probably going to be a right tackle. And it might be Emmanuel Poku. Or is it DeJuan Holiday? Or DeJuan Holiday? It's one of these two. One of these two guys is going to get cut. Who's the better pure lineman? So the finesse, Holiday hasn't beat. Power, Poku hasn't beat. They're the same on regular pass block. Ooh. But the run blocking, Holloway is so much better. Okay, Poku gets cut. And that's our final guy. We are down to 85 players. That was tough. There was a lot of tough decisions I had to make there. But we now get to the biggest, most important part, and that is changing conferences. We are going to add ourselves to the Big Ten. And with a new look team, it's going to be a lot more difficult. But there we go. We are now in the Big Ten. I don't think I'm going to change anybody else. I should probably add UMass to the MAC because I think they're going to add themselves to the MAC in the real life pretty soon. I could revive... Oh, I already did revive the Pac-12. Oh, that's nice. I forgot about that. I was going to say I could do that again, but it looks like I already have. All right, awesome. We've revived the Pac-12. I think that's the only thing I'm going to do. We'll keep Notre Dame independent. The Big 12 will stay the same, I think. Yeah, that seems about right. ACC will stay the same. American will stay the same. The only real difference is we go to the Big Ten now. We play with the big boys. We're a 3-star program. We can keep up with some of these teams. It's going to be pretty fun. Conference rules, we're not playing 4 conference games. We're probably going to play at least 8, maybe even 10. No, probably just 8. We're going to play 8 conference games. Hopefully the scheduling glitch is gone so that we can actually have some fun, like a good schedule and not have just like stupid all away games to end the season. That was so brutal last year, and it ruined our recruit. Well, it didn't ruin it. We still came away with a lot of recruits, but we struggled to get visits because we couldn't. All right, and that is the end of the video. We start as the preseason number 13 team in the nation. This is a little sneak peek of what our schedule looks like, and it looks like we aren't going to play the Buckeyes this year. Of course, the one team that actually is our rival, we're not going to play. But we have a pretty fun little Big Ten schedule. And it looks like we have some good away games late in the season, which is nice. We're probably going to change this Georgia State game. I don't want to play Georgia State. Luckily, they gave us the App State game. I was going to schedule that anyway because that's our rival. Ole Miss went winless last year? That's insanity. I think we'll keep Louisville and Ole Miss. I can't believe that Ole Miss went winless last year. But we will change this game against Georgia State. Who should we play? Ooh, Notre Dame. That might be pretty fun. I've never played Notre Dame in College Football 25. You know what? Let's schedule Notre Dame. That might be a pretty fun one. I know it's like deep in the meat of the Big Ten. But we do probably need another home... I mean, we've got some decent recruiting visit. We've got Washington as a possible recruiting visit. We've got Maryland, we've got Wisconsin, Iowa. So we've got some decent visits scheduled. So we'll go to Notre Dame Stadium. That's going to be a big game. It's going to be a real big game. But I like this schedule. I'm fine with that. I can't believe Ole Miss didn't win a single game last year. That's kind of wild. But that is going to be it for the video. I will set up the depth chart, I will set up the recruiting board, and we will talk about all of it at the start of year number 3. We are now in the Big Ten, so we are playing with the big boys. It's going to get crazy. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, leave it a like, subscribe to the channel, join the Juice Club. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching. I truly appreciate it, and I will catch you guys in the next one. Peace.